You good? First of all, I thought, congratulate BYU because I thought they played terrific tonight. I watched a lot of film and probably their last 5 games, and to me, they looked as good as they've ever looked. And it's a credit to them. They were highly motivated. I thought they played with a great edge tonight. Their staff had them ready to play. We were ready to play too. But, you know, Brandon Davies and Tyler Hawes, they've got some really good players. And I thought our kids battled. I thought we didn't do so well in a couple of areas that we needed to do better in. But I was really proud of our kids because we kept fighting. We hung in there. We made a push in the second half. We were heading down the stretch in position. And then we had just a couple of hiccups along the way. But it was a good game for our kids. I thought our inexperience and our the youngness of our team showed up a little bit at times. And but this game will help us. A game like this will help those kids grow up. So when we're in this situation again, I think it'll make us a better team.
Davies goes off for a career high of 33. How big of a factor was Trez getting that second foul 3 minutes into the game?
Well, I thought it was really big. You know, Trez is a really good post defender, but Brandon was really good tonight. We played him one-on-one to start the game because he's so good when you double him. We talked to a lot of teams, and they felt like you can't really. It's hard to double because he's such a good passer. He gets some layups, and then you can't rebound with him when you take a guy off. And then we got him going. So we did start to double him. I thought we had a little bit of success at the end of the first half and sometimes in the second half. But then when we did that, then we couldn't get the rebound because we had 2 guys on him, obviously, and you can't rebound as well. So, you know, the credit goes to Brandon. He played terrific. I wish we'd had Trez in there more in the first half. You know, he only played, 4 or 5 minutes. But, you know, part of that is Brandon got him in foul trouble. So he played a great game.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, like you said, it seemed like both teams came out ready to play and put forth a lot of effort. Just the difference was Brandon and you weren't hitting a lot of your outside shots.
Yeah, I felt that way at halftime. I thought we had some really good looks, and we knew they were going to play a lot of zone, which they did. And we prepared for it, and we ran. I thought we executed pretty well against the zone, and we had good looks. I mean, you guys saw it. We had good looks, and we didn't make it. And you know, there's not much you can do at halftime. I told our guys, first of all, we got to get into them a little bit harder defensively. We got to relax. You know, it's almost like we're a little bit too wound up for the game, and they couldn't really relax when they did get their open shots. We just didn't make them. But I was really pleased with the looks that we got against that zone and man. We knew that they wouldn't play a lot of man, but you know, bottom line is we got the looks. They just didn't go down, so hopefully they'll go down next time.
What was the switch in the second half where you guys closed the gap to within 2 a couple times? What was working?
I thought we got into them a lot harder defensively. They came out really aggressive. They got some transition game going, and it kind of put us back on our heels. And I thought we defended back on our heels for a lot of the first half. And that's just can't be us. We have to be on the attack, and we have to be the aggressor. And I challenged them at halftime to sell out. Let's go get in them, challenge them, and we got to pressure them more, be a little more physical. And we did that for, I thought, the first 10 minutes, second half. We were really into them, and I thought we caused some more problems, you know. But then again, you know, they got a really good basketball team, and we couldn't sustain it. I thought Davies wore us down a little bit. I thought Hawes wore us down a little bit. And, you know, they got a lot of good options.
There were several stretches there that you went 2-3 minutes without a bucket, and it kind of came with Bamforth struggling.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel that you needed to pull him from the game? I mean, he's usually sure-handed, but today he just really struggled.
Yeah, I thought he struggled a little bit. I got him out of there, you know, and I played wheelwright a little bit more with Jordan and stuff. But, you know, one thing that I was a little concerned is the size of these guys in their zone can bother Scotty. He's 6'2", and they had when we got him the ball, he had, you know, sometimes 6'11" guys flying at him or 6'7" guy flying at him, and with good length and pretty good quickness. And I thought they got to him pretty quick because they know he can shoot the ball, and I thought they bothered him, and he couldn't get into a good rhythm. But you know, in the second half we got him out of there a little bit. And, but I got total faith in Scott Bamford. I got total faith. It was one of those nights he didn't shoot the ball well, and I think a lot of that had to do with BYU and their game plan against him. They were going to find him. They were going to get to him, and they did. And so he struggled. But Scott's going to bounce back just fine. He's a really good basketball player, and I got total faith and confidence in him. And he'll get himself back going again.
There's been a night and day difference from game to game with free throws and the percentage there. What do you think is the reason behind that, and what can you do to correct it?
I don't know. I still think it's some nerves. Because I see us in practice, just make them left and right. We don't miss. Last year we led the nation in free throw shooting, but we got some newer guys that are playing more important roles. So we've got some inexperience. We got some younger guys, Joe Boys, true freshmen, and I see some nerves. I mean, that's all I see, and we didn't make it. I'm not going to panic about it. I think with more game time, more experience, I still think we're going to be a really good free throw shooting team. I do, and that's what I'm going to tell our guys. We ain't even going to talk about it, to be honest with you. We're going to relax. We're going to get some more game time. So these guys that are playing more minutes this year, and these young guys have to play, game time will help them out. I really believe that.
Randy, at this point, do you think going into you're already starting conference? I guess it's a little earlier than usual, but how do you feel your team is going into?
You know, I think we're okay. I would have liked to have played more games. We've only played 7 going into the league, which I think a team like we have this year. And I keep going back to we got some experience and some younger guys. I think they needed to play some games. The more games they play, the more comfortable they get out there. And we were supposed to play more games this year. We had a tournament set up to go to Wyoming to play an exempt tournament around Thanksgiving. 3 games in a row. We were all set, and then we found out at the end of January or early February that we weren't going to be allowed to come to that tournament. So they dropped us from the tournament. And by that time, we couldn't find another tournament. And I wanted that tournament bad because we needed some experience. We didn't get it, but it's the way it goes. So, but heading into the league, I feel like we're heading in the right direction. I really do. Are we as good as we're going to be first, second week in January? No. But, there's a lot of teams in our league that are in the same boat. They haven't played a lot of games. Defensively, I think we've got our identity down, what we need to become. Offensively, I think each game will smooth out a little bit better and play better offense. So I like where we're headed. I really do. We've got so much room to grow. The ceiling of this basketball team is pretty good. I like where our ceiling is. We just got to continue to chop wood every day and just get better.
It seemed like Barry came out in the second half really aggressive and really attacking. Was that just how the game flowed to him, or did you tell him?
No, I didn't talk to him. I thought he was pretty aggressive in the first half, but he really picked it up. I think he sensed that we had a couple of guys that were struggling a little bit, and he had to make something happen for our team, and that's what good players do. And he's a good player. And so he had to get aggressive. And I thought Jalon Wilred had to get aggressive. We tried to throw the ball inside. We knew they were going to double our posts. We prepared it all week, and they did. And so with a couple guys struggling, I think Dev just felt like he needed to get more. I didn't have to tell him to. He just sensed it. And I thought he played really well. He did a good job. And I think you can kind of see what he's got a chance to become. And he'll get better as he gets more comfortable as well.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.